Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm going to jump right into the tutorial. My brows are done, my base is down. The palette I'm going to be using for this whole look is the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia. So I'm just taking this shade called Burnt Orange all over the crease. Moving on to the next shade, this one's called Sienna, and it's a really pretty burnt red orange. I'm going to take that on a smaller tapered brush from the outer corner, working my way inwards. But at the same time, I'm going to keep this lower than the first transition color that we use because we want to think of it like a layering process, you know? No tengas miedo. You continue adding the layers and the saturation that you want. This is really going to help so that you can create that depth and dimension to your look. With the same brush, I'm just going to take the shade called Mulberry from the same palette. I'm going to build this into the outer corner. Keep in mind that this color is the one that I want to stand out the most, so I'm going to add more layers of this and just create more depth into the outer corner of my eye. Once that darker shade is placed where I want it, I will then take whatever is left on my brush and start working it upwards to merge those colors together. For the crease, I'm just going to use concealer and a flat brush, slowly start patting that on and creating the shape that I want. If you want a more rounded look, you can add a rounded look. If you want a more elongated cut crease, you can do that too. It's just personal preference. Again with the shade Mulberry and whatever was pretty much left on my brush, I just go back in and diffuse the edge of this concealer. This helps so that there's not just like a harsh ending to it. The lid color that I chose is called Rose Pink. It's beautiful, it's super pigmented. I did wet my brush just to intensify everything. I'm just going to pat this on all over the area that I applied the concealer. Now this part honestly sí se pone cabrón, but you have to take your time. I went in first with the glitter liner from Urban Decay in the shade Midnight Cowboy. Pretty much we're just using this as an adhesive for the chunky glitter that we're going in with. This one's from the brand called Kandeolove. You guys have seen me use it before. It's one of my favorite chunky glitters to use. It's in the style Glitterally. I'm just taking the smaller pieces in there and I'm just setting that over top of the liner. With the same eyeliner, I'm now going to create my wing. It's personal preference whether you want to do a thin wing or a thicker wing. I personally like to do a thicker one because my lashes are usually a little bit more dramatic. And if I do a thinner one, then my lashes cover it up. So that's the reason why I do a thicker line. This is the part where you're going to take your time. No andes en chinga because you're going to fuck it up. Take your time and pick each individual glitter and place it over top. Real quick, I'm going to pop on my lashes. These are from Creative Soul Cosmetics and I'll leave them linked down below. To prep my face, I'm going to take this new Neo Elixir from Kevyn. It's like a beauty oil, but it feels really nice on the skin. I've been using this for a few days now and I love what it does. The foundation I'm taking is this one from NARS. It's in the shade Valencia. It's a little bit too orange and you can't really tell on camera, but I noticed it in person. So I'm probably going to take it back and exchange it for another one. Still really bomb though. I love this coverage and the finish of it is really nice. It's good for dry to combination skin. The concealer I went with today is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Sand. I'm just going to highlight and conceal at the same time, so just under the eyes and the bridge of my nose. And I'm blending that out with my Japanesque sponge. Looking back at footage, I noticed that this concealer is a tad bit too light, so I might have to pick up another color. I'm going to attempt to neutralize it and kind of tone it down with the powder. To set everything, I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Powder in the shade number 2 and setting that right underneath my eyes to prevent any creasing. For contouring and bronzing, I'm using this trio from Bare Minerals. I'm using that second shade in and I'm going to chisel the cheeks and bronze a little bit just to create more dimension to my face. We cannot forget that chin though because that shit's not going anywhere. I like to contour sometimes when I'm feeling it. I don't always do it, but today I did. Then back under the eyes, I'm just using pretty much the same colors I use up top. I use Mulberry and Sienna. Dude, you know what I noticed? I skipped out on the inner corner highlight. So my bad, you guys. I know for sure I used the Kevyn highlighter, but I'll leave the exact name down below. I'm going to add mascara to the top and bottom. Since I didn't do liner on bottom, you have to do mascara because if not, it just doesn't look right. The lip combo that I went with was the Kylie Jenner True Brown K lip liner. If you've been watching my tutorials for a minute, you know that I've been loving this product. It's just the perfect brown. It almost gives me chola vibes, but not really. If you're a deeper complexion, it looks bomb. I like to blend it out with my finger just so it's diffused a little bit and it's not as intense. The gloss that I put over top is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's in the color Toffee. This combo itself has been my go-to every single day. It looks so good and it's neutral enough where it goes with everything. I'm going to add highlighter to finish everything off. The one I went with was Laura Gellar's Gilded Honey. Add it to the high points of my face, and that's pretty much it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. You already know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.